Hello, hello, hello! It's Father Aaron, the Dungeon Minister. And today we are going to roll up some characters. If someone out there could very kindly inform me if they can hear me, because I did all this setup rather quickly, hurriedly, as I started looking at my phone and watching Shorts, that guy who reacts to disasters on the job site. And you get into a rabbit hole there. So I kept watching them. So I actually got everything plugged into the last minute. So can I be heard, first of all? Hello, Grumpy Old Slan, Rob Thomas, Warrior King. How are you all doing this evening? Good, good. I can be heard. Fabulous. Thank you very much, Grumpy. All right. It is 2 days until CleriCon, or a day and a half, since really we'll start setting up at noon, and then people start arriving. And I know Slan, you're planning to come and help out early. God bless you for it. Hey, speaking of folks coming early to help out, Bob is here. Hello, Bob Hastings. Hello, PML. Paint Minnie's eyes. Bell, you're not in Canada now? You're on route, correct? You're like on somewhere between home and here at this point. I know Ye Old Geek landed in Canada Tuesday night. The surveillance footage leaked from my workplace. I don't understand that, but that's okay. I know there's so many things I don't understand. Yeah, let's see here. So yeah, it is coming up, and it's coming up so soon, and it's freaking me right out. The work disaster vids. Gotcha. See, it's the 2 days before the convention. So yeah. I don't follow along with the logic so much right now. Yeah, on the road, currently stopped in Chicago. Is Chicago? Is not Chicago. Very good. Heading for the border tomorrow, making a run for the border. Excellent. Excellent. Looking forward. Hey, Hungar, I wish you could be too. Good to see you, buddy. Looking forward to seeing everyone who's coming in. Grumpy, I met at last year's con, and I've been following his channel, which is a great channel. Go check that out. PML as well. Channel's been quiet for a while, but it's going to make some noise soon. Hungar's channel as well. I haven't been getting any notifications for Hungar. I don't know if it's because you're not doing a lot of live streams, or because the algorithm said boo to that. I don't know. But yeah, some cool stuff happening. I've been running around doing those things that you didn't plan to do, weren't on your to-do list, but at the last minute you decide, I have to do this. This must happen. And so you occupy yourself with that while your actual work piles up. But one of the things I actually wanted to do was to generate characters. I was planning to do this earlier. Someone was asking me, are you going to do that? You did it last year. You did a live stream of it. And I realized part of the reason I hadn't done it yet, in addition to getting distracted with unnecessary things, one of the reasons I hadn't done it this year was that last year I did the pre-gen stream to as an advertisement, as to generate some interest. Hey, look what's happening. We're going to do this thing. And so I put up the pre-genning the characters to attract interest. This year, we filled tables so quickly, and we're adding tables even now, that I did not need anything to help generate interest. People are like, yeah, all right, let's go. So I'm overwhelmed by that, in more ways than one, but really, really, really excited. So yeah, I didn't have that sort of drive to get the word out there, because I was kind of like, pull the word back a little bit. But we do have a second space. It's not massive, but it's another table's worth. And yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. So this time around, we're a little bit bigger. Anyway, I've got to get some See, there you go. I should have done this last month. I should have done this months ago. But I did. I've been working on the keep, which is sitting just off to the side here. And it is about, hello, Elder Goblin Games. The keep is about 24 little stick-on grass tufts away from complete. And a few scattered rocks that I'm going to glue down. It's pretty much complete. It could go out now as it is, but I do want to add a little bit of extra sauce to it just to make it look nice. But it's exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to that showing off. That's occupied a great deal of my last couple of weeks, just getting that done. Planning to build an extension to the keep now. You know what? What I did not do, the keep as it appeared in the game had one mostly intact tower, one tower where there was bits of the wall left, and then two tumble down towers. I haven't done the towers. It's a one floor affair, and I thought up to about 2 days ago I thought, I'm going to get those towers done. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Hasn't happened. Like the old days, gaming all weekend, only pausing when sleep is absolutely necessary. Yes, and using the washroom too. You gotta pause for that. Just a wee pause. Just a wee pause. Please don't go at your seat. Oh, Grumpy, don't get me started. Dwarf crocodiles. Anyway, I did say I was generating some characters. I'm going to start generating some characters. I'm just going to move this. I hope that didn't make too much noise, moving the microphone. It's always bad form. And I'm going to shift the camera. You don't need to look at my ugly mug anymore. We're going to shift it down. The reason I'm shifting things around is I need to point at the dice. Because what we're going to do here, I'm going to go over to shrink this window because I want to be able to see the chat. That's part of the fun. Anything dwarf is good. You're a fan of the dwarves, I know. Let's see. Shrink that down and shrink this down too. There we go. Make it a little bigger. That's about the size of it, I think. Okay. Now I can see chat, I can see screen, I can see everything. This is great. So we're going to do a straight down, and because it's a con, I'm doing 4d6, drop the lowest, because you know what, it's a con, you've got a short amount of time to play it. You want the best chances possible of a good fun character, but low stats characters can be fun as well, so I'm not going to fudge anything. We're just rolling them. Okay. Oh, well, there you go. 5 strength. That's not a dwarf. That's not a dwarf, Bob. That's barely standing up. Makes up for it, though, with an intelligence of 14. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? Not so hot with the rolls yourself, eh? Wisdom. Let's at least give this person some. Oh, who's gonna play this? Who is gonna play this? I mean, no one's gonna even pick it. Dex. Well, not so much. I mean, it's not terrible. That's not going to get you killed necessarily. Con, can we at least get a bonus? Can we at least get a bonus for the hit points here? No, we can't. We get 107 wisdom. 107 wisdom. That's not a cleric, that's a deity. 7 constitution. Oh my heavens, no one's picking this. No one's picking this. Hello, off-grid. All right. I mean, comparably, yeah. Oh, now, this is what happens to me. This is what happens to me. The most... Best score is charisma. Best score is charisma. Well, you know what? We are we are not doing well. Oh, that's on equals 1. We are not doing well with this one. I mean, magic user is the only possibility. I wouldn't say great magic user, Grumpy. A great magic user would have a dex to help his AC and a constitution to keep him from being utterly destroyed. But a dexterity of 10 is that's not. But yeah, magic. He's got to be a magic user. It can't be anything else. It's a 6, 7, 8, so it's still only a -1. Only a -1. Yeah, that is not a. Yeah, lovable and smart. This is a less annoying brainy Smurf. Okay. So we're gonna save that in here in pre-gens, and we're gonna save him as MU1. Definitely a magic user. Social support character. Oh yeah, social welfare character, really. Okay. All right. Well, that's one set of stats, and I'm just rolling the stats right now. I'll roll the other stuff. Oh, you know what I will do? I will come down here. I'll roll gold. That's just 3d6 times 10. Wealthy. He's wealthy. 140. A tinfoil tank, but a tank nonetheless. There you go. All right. Just make sure I save this guy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, save him. Okay. One-armed male wizard. There you go. All right. Hello, Jay Tyler. How you doing? 6 wisdom contributed to why you lost the other arm. There you go. All righty. Next character. Slightly better at 10 for strength. Not a fighter. Probably not a dwarf, but not awful. If I'm going to get a host of magic users, I'm going to have to change the adventure. Hello, Vinny Finnegan. Oh, not intelligent. No. 6 intelligence. Wow. Usually when you do 4d6 drop 1, you get better than this. Hey, Paint, Benny's live. Bill, have a great sleep and a good journey tomorrow. I hope they don't give you any grief at the border. If they do, I can't give you any advice because my name would carry no weight. But you have a good night's sleep. Faith. Okay. No, I'm gonna save as good call there. Oh, good heavens, a 5 for wisdom. This is gonna be the stupidest, or at least the most uncautious. Dexterity is 9. Dude, there is not. It's got to be a fighter. It's the only thing he's got. Only thing he's got. Constitution, please be tough at least. Nope. I mean, tougher than any. He's got that's his best stat at 11. That's a 6 in the corner there. I promise, it really was. Oh man, this is an awful character. This is going to have to be a party that plans ahead. Slan's going to have to be a party that plans ahead or falls early. Oh well, 10 for charisma. Okay, well, more zeros this time at least, but this -2. Still a -1. Still a -1. Yeah, 16 charisma would be brilliant. Well, when you were a child, you wouldn't expect to have much strength. If you had a 10 strength as a child, you were one tough dude. And for money for this individual, 110 gold. That's not bad. Just rolled, yeah. Like I rolled the baker or something. Kind of has to be a fighter, eh? It's got to be a fighter. It's not much of a fighter. This is a very, very weak fighter. I didn't put fighter in the last one. Yeah, that's going to be a fighter. That's going to be a fighter, isn't it? Yeah. It can't be anything else. Henchman. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I'll replace that one. That's from a previous. It's from a previous. Yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll keep those old pre-gens. That was for the Guac game. Just do F for fighter. Okay. Non-viable Pete store clerk, the guy who watches the horses. This probably what'll end up being is a PC that nobody picks. That's what it'll be. PC nobody picks. Okay. Next character. Well, that's a better start. I mean, 12 isn't brilliant, but it's not so horrible. Oh, man. Okay. All right, there we go. 13 for intelligence. This is a better start at least. Wisdom. I shouldn't have spoken so soon. 8 for wisdom. None of them are getting into double digits in wisdom. Cue violin music, yes. Dex. Okay, 14 decks. 14 decks. That's not bad. According to AD&D 1 first edition, you're 16 strength and you were 17, 18 in your youth. Oh, God bless you. According to AD&D, I'm a 4 strength and a comeliness of 2. All right. Con. Did I do con? Did I just do con? No, I didn't just do con. Con. Let's go con. Oh, 9. Oh, no, not 9. 10. At least it's not. At least says no. I should change my dice. You're right. I like that explanation, Vinny. That's about it. Okay, charisma. Of course. Of course. Shoot, 14 charisma. Oh man. So what is this? Is this a thief? With that dex? What do you think? What's the call on this one? What's the call on this one? Are we saying thief? I would go either thief or a magic user who's a little harder to hit. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, the charisma helps the compass. Yeah. Okay. Now, has our thief done much theft? Actually, when it comes down to it, the gold, I really don't. You know what? I'm going to stop rolling the gold because I'm going to level these guys up, which is funny for the one with the horrible stats, that fighter with the terrible stats. I'm going to level them up because I actually want them to be second or third, depending. So the thief will probably end up being third. So I'm not going to bother with maybe a halfling. That's true. I hadn't been thinking of the demi-humans too much here. Could be a halfling. Okay, there's the vote out there. Thief or halfling? I'm seeing a lot of thief here, but Grumpy's brought up the halfling idea. Anyone for a halfling? I mean, you could do it. I don't know how these characters have made it to second level. Got 2 votes for halfling. His strength isn't huge. I mean, halflings don't have to have great strength. His dex is very charming. Halfling always. We got 3 halflings and 2 thieves. Okay, I'll roll the dice. Halfling thief. It is. I mean, the Beckme thing just race class, but halflings kind of have thiefy style to them. All right, we're gonna roll it, and it's gonna be odd will be a thief, even will be a halfling. Okay. Thief it is. Stays a thief. Once a thief, always a thief. Save as in the pre-gens. I want a thief. 1. Okay, I'm starting over. Hopefully we get a clear. If this one doesn't roll well, I am changing dice. I don't really buy the whole, the dice are the problem thing, but the run I've been having here, people are not going to want to play in this game. People are going to start sending in, I'm withdrawing from the Beck Me game there. I just can't play any of those. Let's try it again. All right. Listen. That's pathetic. I don't think did I go down? No, I didn't go down on the thief and change these. Someone remind me to redo the No, I didn't. That's what I'm just saying. Someone remind me to redo the modifier on that thief at some point. I say as if you're going to be on here like for the next 2 days. Okay, that's better. 13 intelligence. I can just leave that. That's a 2 in the corner there. 13 intelligence. Hello, Mythic Mountains. How are you doing? Whoa. Come back here. I should have kept that 5 that landed. Okay, wisdom. I can put a +1 here. Oh, there we go. 16 wisdom. That is more like it. That is more like it. Okay, let's get some decks in. Let's get some decks. Come on, dexterity. Now we're finding our groove. I shouldn't have said that. 13 decks. That's not bad at all. I think that is probably a cleric. I mean, looking at this, it's a very weak cleric though. Because clerics are supposed to be warriors as well, right? And that is a bad strength score. Now I can do some swapping. There is swapping allowed. So I'm going to probably do that. We'll see what we get for the con, though. Okay. Yeah. That's much better. 13 Constitution. I got a +1 there. That's the first Constitution bonus I've seen, I think. I can't remember. I can't remember. And Charisma. Maybe he's sick. Charisma. Well, he certainly preaches well. So 13 Charisma. You know what? But it's a 2-for-1 point swap. I'm not taking anything from Con because if he's supposed to be a warrior, he's going to need some extra hit points. Dex is good for his AC. Wisdom as a cleric. I could take from intelligence, but how many does it need? I need at least 3 to get this, so I need to take 6 off of here. I think I could take his intelligence down to 7. In order to make any difference in this column, right? Because he'd have to get this to a 9 to make this a 0. And I'm just not seeing it. Intelligence down to 7 in order to bring strength to a, you know what? Well, he'll just have a penalty on his swings. Off grid, are there any camper trailer overnight camping spots within 30 minutes of CleriCon? You know what? Most of the camping sites close down at Thanksgiving, which is, if you're not Canadian, I don't actually remember where you're from, off grid, is the beginning of October. Yeah, the player can. That's right, Grumpy. Make them do it. Make them do the work. But yeah, okay, that's my cleric. That's got to be a cleric. Okay. Save as in my pregens. C1. Boom. Okay. Next. I'm not going to, put you through watching me look up the saving throws and everything. All right. Strength. Come on. Bob wants a dwarf. Let's give Bob a dwarf. Hey, maybe I just have to make direct requests because a 14 strength, it's not the toughest dwarf on the block, but it's better than a kick in the head. Okay. Dwarves don't have to be smart. Insulated truck bed camper. Well, you know what? Off grid. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it, but I'm saying that last year a couple people slept in their cars in the parking lot. One guy who planned to. He came there knowing he was going to sleep in the parking lot, and another guy who he actually checked into a hotel, but it was so filthy that he couldn't stay there. So I took that off of the list of nearby hotels for this year. It's like, oh, it's that bad, is it? Okay. How smart is this? So that's an option. Oh, that's a smart dwarf. If it's a dwarf, 15. That's still a +1. Is it a wise dwarf? Hardly anyone else has been wise. Why should the dwarf be? Yeah, there it is. No, that was a 1. Yeah, that was a 1 when it came down, wasn't it? I think it was. I think this other dice was a 1 because I was thinking 7 in my head. I'm pretty sure that was a 1. Yes, they have. They absolutely have. Although this one, I have to say off grid, this one probably richly deserved it. Yeah, it was a 1. Yeah, so 7 for the wisdom. Dex. Can this dwarf dodge the blows of goblins? Oh, this dwarf could dance all over the goblins with a 16 dex. That is the best dex I've seen. Maybe it's a thief, not a dwarf. Oh, Wave! I didn't see you go by. You were way up there, and the things went by so fast. Hello, Wave. Thanks, Mythic. I'm enjoying it. I really, you know what? It's been a blast, and I find it so durable, durable of a game. What sort of constitution does this please make it a dwarf have? Because I have to. Oh, there we go. 15. It's a 3 in the corner here. I think we got yourself a dwarf there, Bob. I think we got a dwarf there. Reasonably strong, fairly nimble, oddly intelligent. See, there you go. Bob's coming in to help set up, and there's an advantage to someone who comes in to help set up. They get to pick the character right away. That may be playing favorites, but there it is. Charisma. You know what? He's breaking the sort of standard dwarves are grumpy and unlikable trope. He doesn't get a bonus for it, but this is the best character so far. I mean, as far as high stats, the best is obviously. Hello, TJ. Elf. Yeah, that could also be an elf. You're right. It could be an elf, which would put Bob right out of sorts. Yeah. Could be an elf because they got the strength and the intelligence up there. Yeah, you know, it does scream elf more than dwarf, I have to say. But pointy-eared. Oh, for Bob, I'm making it a dwarf. I'm going to make it a talented dwarf for Bob. Okay. Oh, Bridgens. It's a dwarf. Oh, change the modifiers. Did I? Hang on. 1, 2. Oh, phew, not that one. I didn't. Thanks. The others I either did or they were the same anyway. Okay. Save that. Good. Okay. All righty. Here we go. Loop-de-loo. We don't have like a human. We have one human fighter, but he's sort of useless. 10. 10. Not much better, but intelligence. Oh, 14. We've been in that area, haven't we? The sort of 14 is the number. Wisdom. Bucking the trend, we have a 15 wisdom. A cleric-heavy group, perhaps. Dex. Well, not so hot on the Dex. A fat 7 on the Dex. Gonna be easy to hit. Be really easy to hit. I should just do these as I go. You know that? I should just do these as I go. Oh, -1. What's our con? What's our con? Hey, you have a good night there, Grumpy. 15 is a nice wisdom wave. It really is. Oh. 7 con. -1 in hit points. We had another one that was a minus in con, didn't we? Charisma. Oh dear. Yep. 13. It always happens. It always happens. You get some character that is easy to hit and is fragile, and then they can talk their well. It's not the most charismatic character in the world, but at least he's got some chance. What do you think here? Is this a cleric? Could be a magic user too, but if it's a magic user already wearing robes, this dexterity is really going to kill a magic user. And the con, rolling a d4 for your hit points. I think it's got to be a cleric so he can wear some armor. If he's a magic user, he's going to go down so fast. I think we have our second cleric. Unless I have any huge objections from the peanut gallery, I think I'm going to have to go cleric with this guy. Well, Rob will make sure to post pictures of you at the con so people can judge on their own. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cleric. It's CleriCon. We got a lot of clerics. So that makes it C2. Okay. I feel like I should change these dice, but I don't believe in, I think these dice are probably perfectly fine, and this is just the effect of randomness, but boy, oh boy, is it tempting to just chuck them. All right. I did all the modifiers as I went, didn't I? Good. Okay. New strength score. Oh, there we go. That's better. 12. Okay. Actually, when I look at it, it's only a 12. It's not that great. It's still a 0 modifier. Intelligence. 14. It stays the same. Wisdom. Holy cow, there's an 18 wisdom. Maybe I should take one of those clerics and change into something else. Boy, yeah. Dex. Oh, for crying out loud. 6? With a wisdom of 18 and a dexterity of 6, you'd think he'd have the wisdom to stay out of a dungeon, right? I don't think Druid was not a thing in OD&D. It is a thing in Beckme, but only as a cleric reaching 9th level, you can choose to take the druidic path. Constitution. So since he's easier to hit, that's a -1. So it's a +3. That's a +1. Yeah, that stays. He's kind of easy to hit. So let's see if we can get him a constitution that means he can take the hits. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. A 17. That is a +2. That helps considerably. Charisma. Wow. Now the dice are coming in for us. 16 charisma. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Hey there, Bear. How you doing? How you doing? +6. No? +6. Definitely cleric. I mean, that's a cleric. I mean, he's got enough strength to at least not have a penalty when he goes into melee, right? It's just he's a bit clumsy. His con will hold him up well in combat. That's the third cleric. I don't know if it's because I'm a priest or what, but go priest or go home. That's true. We could take the points and swap them around. I'd actually be more tempted to go to that cleric too, who was kind of okay for a cleric, but not great. I'd be kind of tempted to go there instead and see what I can do. I may end up doing that. I'm going to make this cleric 3, and then because he screams cleric. I mean, 18 wisdom. And if I go back and I may later swap him around. It helps with sermons, I tell you right now. It helps going and visiting people in hospital. All right. What do we don't have yet? We don't have a halfling because we voted on thief or we rolled for thief. We don't have many. We've got one fighter. We don't have any elf. There is that dwarf who could have been an elf. Oh dear. The great thing, Rob, about the Sunday morning of CleriCon is that I am exhausted by the time I get up into the pulpit to preach on Sunday morning. And so if there's a Sunday where I'm going to drop a chalice full of wine and drop intelligence by 2 and take the con to 18, could. It might be gilding the lily at this point, though. If I was going to add anything, I'd take it from intelligence and add it to strength to make the melee a little better. But I think we're going to leave this guy as he is. I already saved him. Yeah, I saved him. Okay. All right. And I did modify. Okay. Just roll high on Sunday. New strength. Oh, so close. This could be either. Now, Bob, if this dwarf turns out better than the other dwarf, then we will turn that other dwarf into an elf because he did have the makings of an elf or a fighter. This could definitely be a fighter. If the con is high enough, it might be a dwarf, but could also be fighter too. And this fighter actually be worth going into battle with. Although then watch it. The night of the game, if this is a fighter, someone will pick this fighter. Someone else will pick the other fighter with the lousy stats and roll 19s all night. And all right, how smart is my? Well, he's not stupid. I mean, 12. That's not to sneeze at. No bonus, but it's something to sneeze at. How wise? If I get another high wise. The fumbler, yes. Oh, good heavens. A 17 wisdom. I may be doing some stat swapping on this one. Can you have too many? We had 3. Now watch the dex bottom out. No, it didn't. It's not nearly as high, but there's nothing wrong with a 13. Is that a 13? Yeah, that's a 13. Math is not my strong suit. Make that a +1. Thank you very much. This character is looking like he could do anything except magic user. Hello, orbital air. Yes, you did, Bob. You did. Were there 2 dwarven casualties? I think because Chris's dwarf died as well. Con. I think he died. Con. You saw it here, folks. You saw it here. Boom, boom, boom. That character could be anything he wants to be except a wizard. That's insane. Where was this? Like, couldn't this have been spread around a little more evenly? I mean, look at this stat block. This is nuts. Charisma. Well, 10. I mean, that's something to sneeze at. Dude, there are no double. I was rolling. I was rolling. Um, changed. No doubt you did. Oh, maybe this should be the elf, except he doesn't have much of an intelligence. Um, yeah, I was rolling characters with nothing but single digits, and now I'm getting like this. What is? Couldn't we have sent some of these numbers somewhere else? Not how it works. Okay, fighter, dwarf. Could be a cleric. I mean, this could be a very holy team. Um, can you sniff at it? They can. They can. I mean, they don't get any bonuses until 13, but still. I mean, for me, it's really, there's it's the first column is important, but this is the second column. This is where the juice is, right? I mean, that's where the rubber hits the road in terms of your character. But it is a boss cleric, but we've got an 18 wisdom. We got 3 clerics already. I got to change one of those clerics. War chaplain. I mean, well, Rob, you have a very good sleep. I will see you Friday. Freitag. Man, I'm tempted to go fighter just because we don't have a fighter yet. And not a decent one, at least. And I mean, I could take that wisdom. I could drop that wisdom down. I could drop that wisdom down to 15 and hit a strength of 18. It is CleriCon. You're right, TJ. Puts in weekends with the character and build the mentor and build stats. Oh, they are fighters. This is very dwarfy, but it's also okay. I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna have to roll it. 1 and 2. 1 or 2, it's a fighter. 3 or 4, it's a cleric. 5 or 6, it's a dwarf, because it could be any of those, right? Okay. 3. It's another cleric. Okay, I gotta get off the clerics here. This is getting stupid. Save as. I may go and again, I may go and take cleric 2. Cleric 2 was on the edge. It is an okay cleric, but not great. Hello, nerds nerd. Wasn't a great cleric. I may shift that to someone else. Bogus. Rigged. Okay. New strength score. Here we go. Respectable. Okay. 13. Not too shabby. Yes, CleriCon is a con that I am running. It has an in-person. It does actually have an online aspect. There is a Discord server for CleriCon, and it was originally set up to people coordinate rides and talk about hotel rooms and stuff like that. But it is also a someone Tonka Todd offered to run some games on the CleriCon server, and then a couple of other folks jumped on Cup of Solo, and oh, come on, brain. I've got no brain. But so there's actually 3 different systems, and you want to server? I'm gonna get you that server. I'm gonna get you that link I'll get to that later. So we got 3 different games, and Tonka's running 2 tables. So yeah, there we go. Invite. Edit it so it does not expire, even though the con is soon. Okay. I'm going to put that in the very safe from zombies. All right. For those who want to join that particular Discord, I have posted it in the chat. I know on the screen you can't copy and paste, you can't click it. It's sort of pointless to put it up there because nobody's going and typing in capital Y, lowercase v, 8, lowercase y, 5, capital K, capital D. You know, no one's doing that. But anyway, you can find it over in the chat and click it. But yeah, it is first and foremost an in-person con, but there is an online element to it this year. There's also going to be a panel discussion, and that is going to be a live cast. So there's some there's some yeah, it's an in-person, but there is some online as well. Okay, intelligence for this guy. You know what, TJ, we're the James isn't running games anymore, so I haven't. I just messaged him in a little while ago. It is this weekend, yes, Road. I just messaged James a little while ago. Things are going well for him. He's really he's quite the family man, so he's doing stuff with his family. Sissy doing well. She gets her. She hangs around online, and I see her more often. So that's 14 for intelligence, isn't it? Yeah. So she's doing well. And Todd, if you ask him, he'll tell you. I could tell you what he'll say. He'll say, if I got any better, I'd have to clone myself. That's what he'd say. I know he says that because that's what he always says. All right, wisdom. Low wisdom. I don't want a 14 for crying out loud. This could be an elf. It's not a fabulous elf, but it's not bad. Oh wow, that just made that elf a lot more attractive. Yeah, this is an elf, I think. 16 dex. Could be a thief too, but I'm thinking we don't have an elf yet. I think it should be an elf. Can this elf take some punishment? Elf punishment. That's what we're doing tonight. Elf punishment. Well, I mean, no more than anyone else, I guess. James Keck is not a telescope. James F. Keck. Yes, it's his own game, Wildlands. Is it a charismatic elf? No, it is not. It's not. Why did I do that? It didn't change. It's not a particularly charismatic elf, but it's not a weak-willed elf either. 3 systems. There's fighting fantasy, Wildland, which is his. Oh God, I'm gonna have to look. This is where my brain is. I don't even remember. Empire. Oh, of course, it's Yang. How could I forget? Yang Zhao is doing Empire of the Undying Sun. How did I forget Yang? How did I manage to forget that guy? He's unforgettable. But yeah, he's playing. Which is his own system. Oh, so funny, Bob. The elves say the same thing about dwarves. All right, this is E1. And how convenient is it that none of the character classes repeat letters, so I don't have to worry about that. All right, because druids aren't a thing at the level we'll be playing. We're gonna make that an elf. Throw a bone to the elves. Okay. And you say, why are you rolling so many pre-gen characters? Well, A, because some of them were not great, and B, because I've got 10 players, so I need a lot of characters. Ugh. Well, 11. Okay, again, they don't all have to be strong. They don't all have to be strong. And 11 is not bad. 11's not a low strength. It's just there's no bonuses. That's the thing. There's no penalties either, so we'll take it. Intelligence. So, 11. This is going to be an 11 character. This is going to be all 11s. That's what I'm rolling today. Bring you along. Will there be live streaming of play on site? You know what, Orbital Era, I got to say, getting buy-in from everyone to agree to be online, I considered doing it. I considered, but getting everyone's agreement to go online, I think it would be just a logistic nightmare. And can you run a generator on whisper mode at the venue parking? Yeah, you could probably run whisper mode. How whispery is it actually? So there will be some shots. I'm going to do some shots of myself from the con floor. I'm going to be interviewing some of the other YouTubers and folks from the con. It's just from people who are there. Just putters lightly is probably okay. Going back to, but yeah, doing the online thing, I just thought getting everyone's permission to go online is just a logistic nightmare that I don't know that I can tackle. You see what the state of my brain is now without doing it. Wisdom. Okay, 13. Not unwise. Actually pretty good. Pretty good. If I get a good dex, we get a thief here. Well, 12 isn't bad necessarily. It's not great though. I mean, in terms of bonus, again, not getting any range. Yeah, that was the consideration. Orbital. I was like, wow. Anyway, if you want to watch the Onion Eating Contest, well, we'll probably live cast that. I think that's doable. Because that's a well, yeah. I'll have to see about that to get the permissions from the beginning. My sense is the people who eat onions will probably be more likely to say yes, but we'll see. I hope so. I'd like to be able to put some of it, to video. Con. Oh, good. 14. Off grid, I'm just going to have to pretend that I understand that because I don't. But it sounds impressive. I have no idea. I've got 4,400 watts. My grandmother's name was Watt. So if you could get 4,400 of them in the parking lot, I would be impressed. 12 for charisma, perfectly average. Who's this? It's not too bad, Road March. It's what is it like in the teens? Where's my phone? I can tell you what it is right now outside our house. Okay, well, right now it's. I don't want the forecast. I want what temperature it is right now. Yeah, yay-hoo! It's 8 degrees outside. That's Celsius. You're going to have to find out what that is in Fahrenheit. So the days have been toasty. The days have been wonderful. It is getting colder though. Like it was 18 degrees today. Um, but like this weekend, it's 12 degrees, 10 degrees, and it's -1 Saturday night. So it'll get cold. It's your own power for 1 million, Pat. 58 in Atlanta. Um, that's either Fahrenheit or you're dying of heat exhaustion, one of the two. Obviously, it's Fahrenheit. You're in the US. So, okay, folks, what is this character? Is this like swap some things around to try to get something out of this guy? I could take wisdom to 9. And strength or intelligence. Okay, I could do wisdom to 9 and take dex to 14. Looks like an elf to me. But Bob, you have your dwarf colored glasses on. I did this. It's not a bad thief. Know what I mean? It is about the alliance, not the stats. You're right. Yeah, I'm gonna call that a thief. Not the world's toastiest thief, but snoring dwarf. Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. That's where I'm going with it. We got a thief because I want another thief character as an option. Slan's going to bed, but I can tell you he played a great thief last year. I was telling somebody, pretty much all of my players last year were just fabulous at some great role play around the table. You know, I mean, and not all the stats were great. There was, some of them were far better than we've had so far, but the role playing was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet. And I loved, we had our dwarven shield wall because we had 3 dwarves and they formed a shield wall up at front in the front. Then they did some, well, brave things, but ultimately dangerous. Well, we got a 14 strength. No, they're not, not bad so far. That's we've turned the corner, I think, on the quality of these characters. Or the stats, at least. He says, just barely squeaking out a 9. Wisdom. Okay. An 11. Man. I shouldn't have said anything. Dex. Oh, I should not have said anything. 9. At least it's not a, if the Dex had been better, I'd have said halfling, but that's, I mean, again, it's not a penalty. If I can get a good constitution, maybe fighter, or, well, it could be. Oh, I did get a good constitution. I got a 16. I got me a 16 for the constitution. Fighter, perhaps? Could be a halfling. I'd prefer a higher dex for a halfling. There's your dwarf. It does look dwarfy. Oh. And it lives right up to the stereotype of dwarves. There's your stereotypical dwarf. Pretty strong, very tough, not terribly agile. Not below average, but average in wisdom and intelligence and agility, and absolutely unpleasant to be with. Yeah, I think that's probably a dwarf. I mean, he could be a fighter. Screaming dwarf at me. Okay. I don't knock dwarves, Bob. I like dwarves. I like dwarves. Actually, when I play, I played in a game tonight that Bob Johnny ran. It's the parish game. We actually played at the same venue that CleriCon happens in. We have a bunch of kids in the parish who play, and my eldest Fleetwood has been the DM, but he and Touchberry were at a scout thing tonight. So because we were going to have two of the people gone and a couple of other players weren't. Oh, I gotta save this first, don't I? A couple other players weren't going to be there. We decided we'd do a one-off, and Bob Johnny wrote and ran something. It was a lot of fun. It was a Halloween themed one. And what I loved about it is there was no attempt to link it to anything. It was just our characters were transported to an island, a misty island where we fought a werewolf and we fought this pumpkin hydra. Imagine like a pumpkin vine, but all of the vine rises up when the pumpkins have jack-o'-lanterns carved on them and they bite at you, right? Very, very creative. Touchberry helped in the creation of that creature. And but it's like a hydra. You cut off all the heads, and it had one head left, and it used that head to touch another pumpkin that was just part of the pumpkin patch, and that pumpkin sprouted out of the ground with a body underneath it, like a pumpkin head creature. It was really fun. So anyway, we did that tonight. But I played a wizard in that one just because nobody else was playing a spellcaster, so we needed someone to have a spellcaster. But when I play, I'll play dwarfs. I'll play fighters or dwarfs. Okay, I saved this one, didn't I? Yeah, D2. Okay, new character. Ooh, 15. Yeah, we had pumpkin seeds to eat afterward. Well, okay, 10. That's not bad. Okay, not gonna sneeze at a 10. Wisdom. Wisdom 12. Well, not wise, but not foolish either. On the upper end of average, we say. Dex. Give me a good dex for a thief here, maybe. Oh, I got a couple of thieves, don't I? Ooh, give me a good dex for a halfling. That'll do for a halfling's dex. That'll do nicely. 13. I think this is a halfling. Honey lager. I don't even like beer, but it sounds good. Honey lager sounds good. I would not enjoy it, I'm sure, because I don't care for beer, but it sounds delicious. Ooh, not bad. 13 con. Okay, that's a halfling right there. +1. Oh, he had a terrible dex. He's got a +1. Charisma. Yeah, Honeymead. Okay, there is a place. So first of all, my campaign is set in a village called Honeywood. At least that's the character's kind of home base. They haven't been there for a long time now, but there's a Honeywood in Ontario. It's a tiny little crossroads. It's barely a community, but they do have a community center. And then up the road from it, there's a mead mead brewery, or not distillery. Anyway, it's more of a wine, I guess. So it's at any rate, there's a place that they sell mead, and in the story, Honeywood was named because they used to have giant flowers and giant bees, and they produced mead with all this amazing amount of honey they produced. Do we have a charismatic halfling? Hey, yes, we do. 13. That's a pretty darn good. That's my halfling right there. He's slightly above average in most things. Pretty well above average in strength. Okay. And this means the dex. The thing with the dex is halflings get a +1 range attack bonus in Beckme anyway. So now he's got a +2 in range attack. That's nice to have. That right there is nice to have. Save as H1. We did buy some mead. Although we didn't buy it at that place because every time we pass it, it's closed. But we got some mead. There's another place further south from us. It was not good mead. I don't know if it was a bad batch or if I picked a bad, brew of it, like a bad flavor. It wasn't very good at all. But then we got some at the Royal Winter Fair, and we love the Royal Winter Fair. We went to the Royal Winter Fair. We got some, and it was pretty tasty. I can't remember the name of the place we got it from though. Okay, halfling is saved. What do I have here? I've got a halfling, 2 dwarves, 2 thieves, 1 elf, 4 clerics. One of those has to change. 1 fighter and 1 magic user. I need another fighter. I need another magic user. Let's go, folks. Oh, that's not a fighter. He can barely stand. No, that's not true. -1 isn't that bad. But he's not great. Please give him a high intelligence, people. Why am I asking you guys? You can't affect it. 11. He doesn't have a high intelligence. Oh, don't make it another cleric. Don't make it another limp-armed cleric. 8. I think I might be rolling up the mead brewer. Dex. Oh. You only choose this character if you want to play a disaster. Con. Oh my heavens. Oh my heavens. I don't know the 4 clerics. Well, the 4 clerics, that sounds like a singing group, like the 3 tenors. The 4 clerics. This is, I don't know who this is, but he's tough as nails. He's not strong, but you can kick him around quite a bit and he won't get hurt. No, dwarfs have to have a strength of at least 9. I could get him there. I could take. It's actually against the rules to drop charisma. If there was a bard in Beckme, yes, the bard who can sing bawdy songs about other people's wives because they can punch him and he can take it. Yeah. Man, I don't know what to do with this guy. I really don't. No armed. At least a spaghetti armed bard. Let's see. Let's make this person. Let's make this drop. If I take the intelligence to 9, okay, then I can take strength to 8. We're still in the negative. Dropping the wisdom to 6 actually won't change the stat score. And I can take the strength. Not 3. 9. Other side of the keyboard. Other side of the number pad there, Father. And then he's at least not a massive liability. Seems like an angel that never gets the sniffles. I don't know what you'd do with this. I mean, you could play a very funny, helpless, hapless fighter, and that's about all I can think of it. Because the demi-humans, they all have minimums. Well, what would I do with those 2 points then, TJ? Where would I put them? Because I can't really affect anything else in terms of penalties or bonuses. Because the strength, the intelligence, all I could get them up to is 10, and you have to get to 13 before you have any Yeah, I can't drop con. I'm gonna put it in as a fighter because I can't. The demi-humans you have minimums, and it's like it's like 9, and maybe you could do a demi-human, but I mean, he's obviously not a thief. He's not a cleric at all. He could be a pretty dumb magic user, comparatively dumb magic user. Yeah, I'm just gonna put him as a fighter, and it'll be like a pathetic fighter. Um, It'll be a pretty pathetic fighter. That's awful. It's not awful. But it's pretty. It's pretty limp. Have to. Okay. Gotta get 9. No, sorry, 11. Oh, I can add Mall Ninja Fighter. Okay, that's getting better. 14 for intelligence. This could be a magic user. We only have one so far. Wisdom. Okay, 11. Nothing to sneeze at there. Dex. Magic users like to have at least a 13 there to. Hey. Cool, a 14. 14 will do. That helps the magic user without, not having any armor. You really want to have some dex to help out. Running for beers. All right. 13 con. That's not bad. That's not bad. And charisma. 12. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, folks. What do you think? Magic user, right? Could be a thief, I suppose. Could be a smart thief. I can't get any bonuses any higher for anything easily. I could take strength and wisdom down to 9 and get the dex or the intelligence up to 16, and that would give a +2. So, yeah, you know what? Magic user doesn't need to be strong. Doesn't need to be wise. He can fool around with the dark arts. He thinks he can. There we go. He gets a little bit of boost for not wearing any armor. This helps. And for not wearing any armor, with rolling a 1d4 for hit points, that helps too. Okay. Oh, and you'll notice that I'm not doing the hit points on these either. That's actually because I entirely forgot to. I am going to. What I am going to do, I always like to, and I always do this in any campaign, any one-off, anything. For first level, I give them a max dice for hit points. It just prevents too much turnover in characters. But then I do roll for the if I'm leveling them to second, which I'm going to, I do roll for those hit points. So let's go ahead and do that. So he's got 5 for first level because he's got a con bonus. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go back and do all those. It's got a 5 for con bonus, and you can add to that. Roll the 2, so 3 more. He's got 8 hit points. And I know why. Part of the reason I didn't, I hadn't actually decided what level I'm going to make them. Let me just. what I'm going to do, what I've done before, is I pick a level of experience points, pick an XP level, and then um, decide find out what the levels are from there. So if I decide, for instance, if I wanted this to be a second level magic user, I could pick 2,500 as the and then the thief would be third level, and pretty much everyone else except the elf would be second level. The cleric might be. They go up pretty fast. No, the cleric would not quite, though. Not that fast. They go fast, but not that fast. So, yeah, maybe I pick 3,000 for it, because then we'd have at least clerics and thieves would be third level. Everyone else would be second, except the elf would be first. That's probably what I'll do. Make it 3,000. Then you got a bunch of second levels for everyone except the thief and the cleric. So you get a little bit. You get a little bit of third level in there, just for fun. So yeah, 2. So I will put. I'll go ahead and executive decision right now. I will go back and add on to that the bonus, which it's not going to be enough at this level. It's not going to be enough. Looks like you'd get a 10%. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's a 10% with 16 in your prime requisite. So yeah, so that's not going to change anything, right? That's not going to level him up. Cool. Let's do that right now. I'm going to go through my first magic user. I didn't even write down class. Oh, I was so careless back in the day. All right. Hit points. This one has a Constitution minus, so 3 to start with. Luckily, I rolled a 4 there, so another 3. 6. No dexterity bonus, so we already know armor. I could have done that with the other one too. Yeah. And intelligence there, that's only going to be a 5% bonus. So 3,150. There it is. There we go. Leveling them up is sort of a this is a magic user too. I will. You know what? I will. Should we roll spells tonight as well? Hello, Dungeon Delver. How you doing, Bill? I put together all the trivia today. Looking good. I can't say that I can answer all of yours, but I would stand a better chance than last year. It's funny. It seems to be in reaction to you making your questions a bit easier. I made mine much harder. Some of them, more obscure at least. So let's see what spells. I always put the spells here because there's more room than there is here. All righty. Well, if we're going to have spells, read magic is de rigueur. You need to have that, and he will have. He's going to have 2 and 1. Oh, God bless you, there, Bill. Thank you. I don't think they were too easy. Again, I can't necessarily answer them all, but then, I'm not an AD&D guy, but read magic you have to have. I should probably tell people what this is. Read magic. Okay. Where's my D12? Cocked. Looked like an 8, but I'm gonna. Oh, cocked again. D12 cocks easy. All right. Well, that is read magic, for heaven's sake. Detect magic. Not a terribly good combat one. He can cast 2. I'm going to give him 3 first to pick from. Maybe they found a scroll on one of their adventures. Leap, much easier, much better. I'll just give him 1 second level spell because we figure he's detect invisible. Ooh. There we go. His second level spell is not exactly a firecracker, but then second level doesn't have that phantasmal. It's got web. That's been very useful in the Honeywood campaign. All right. So there's our MU2. I'll do the equipment and that kind of stuff. I'll just assign that because if he's got 3,300 experience points, he's got lots of cash. I'll put that up on the screen. They were not too easy last year. For anyone who doesn't know, last year and this year, Bill provided trivia questions. The opening dinner, there's a trivia question thing going on. This year's going to be a little. Last year there was a prize. It was the Nom 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 Nomicon, and Necro Nom 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 Nomicon. It was a cookbook, a Cthulhu themed cookbook, which is terrifying. But this year, I then actually decided what the prize will be. I've got a few options though. Another rolling the 9 to read magic. Let's get something better than that. 7, which I think is magic missile. Nope, it's protection from evil. Magic missile is 6. Nothing wrong with protection from evil, although it's a rather selfish one. Pasta and squid. There you go. I'll give him a third one so he has some choice. There, floating disc. And a second to choose from. Invisibility. Oh, no, this is good. We have one invisibility. We have one magic user who can turn invisible and another who can detect the invisible. It's just going to be one of them chasing the other one around, pointing, saying, "There he is! There he is!" Yeah. You know what he's choosing? He's choosing 2 sleeps. It's just that's going to happen. Why would you not? A side of burnt hair. Delicious. Delicious, smooth, and creamy. Okay. Save that bad boy. Let's see here. Fighter 2, the pathetic fighter. Got to get this fighter some hit points. He does have a beefy con bonus. So again, max for the first level. And with 3,000, he will be second level. He maxes out on the first level hit points just because that's what he's got 11 to start with. And then I roll a 6. So another 9. He has 20 hit points, folks. He's not going to have any problems except making life choices and dodging. Those are going to be challenges for him. But people will want to help him because he's charismatic. So no spells to pick, obviously. And with that that prime requisite score, he's not getting any bonus. Okay. Save F2. Where's my... Hello? Where is my... Where'd it go? Okay. Halfling 1. So Halfling, he'll also be level 2. They level up at 2,000 as well, I recall. Dwarves are at 22, but the Halfling is at 2,000. So he's second level as well. So again, 6 automatic, so +1, so 7 for the first level. And what kind of hit points does he get for second level? He rolls a fat 4, so that's another 5. So he's got 12 total. Hey there, Tail Lamentkor. How are you doing? How are you doing? I saw you had a new episode up today, but I'm running my buns off trying to get ready for this convention, so I did not have time to listen to it. It's on my list. It's on my list. You're on the list. He's got a 5% bonus. Oh, cool! You're playing with me, and hello, Nordic. I'm doing well, and with Mage and with Ye Old Geek was the other John there. It was a meeting of the Johns. Okay, don't need to do any more of that guy. He's good. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. I thought I felt the Canada get a little nerdier, a little geekier. All right, dwarf. Let's see. You got a healthy con bonus there, so you start with 10 for first level, and you get an additional. Ooh, you get an additional 7. It was a 5, right? Yeah, so another 7, so 17 for hit points. Not too bad. Not too bad. Level 2. And 3,000 con for you, or experience points rather. 3,000 con. 3,000 constitution. 3,000. I guess it's that's just a 5 because that strength isn't quite high enough to give you. It was a good disturbance though. The approach of Ye Old Geek is a good thing. The approach of Ye Old Geek is a good thing. Fabulous fellow. Got it. Okay. Dwarfy. Well, have you gotten any closer in physical space, or are you just approaching online? My online radar is not as attuned as the real world. I don't want to know what that means. Wave or Nordic rather. So a third level thief, again getting the 4 for his or her. I think they're all guys playing though. So 5 to start out with, and 2 roll of the dice. Ooh, a 1 and another 1. So another 4 total. So starting out just with 9. 9. Not great. Not great. There we are. It's just a 5. Yeah. Okay. Things always get weird quick when Nordic shows up. I gotta tell you, lovably weird, but weird. That's Thief 2. Uh-oh. Is Bob still out there? I'm not gonna like this at all. The elf. Now the elf is still level 1. We do like that. And he has no con bonus, so it's 6 hit points. And but can do spells. Now the great thing about elves is they don't need to have hot spells. Now watch this guy get all the combat spells just to cheese everybody off. No, that's a detect magic. I'm pretty sure that, or no, protection from evil, rather. Protection from evil. Yeah, making sure, but it is. Let's see what else we can get him. 12 is ventriloquism. And a second level spell. 9. Mirror image. 2 elves. Yeah. Okay. Go. Okay, now super cleric. Not even the one with the 18. This level 3. This 3,000 is when cleric's level, and this cleric actually has 3,300 because with those stats, it's 10%. Don't have to choose spells for a cleric because they get them automatically. Hit points, though. So 6 and a con of 3 means 9 at first level. 9 at first level. Plus another 6, so 15, and another 6. So 21 up there with the fighter and dwarf, really, in terms of, and much harder to hit. That is a very high constitution cleric. And yeah, it is. This is cleric 4, by the way. I think cleric 2 was the one I was thinking of changing. I think cleric 2 was, maybe it was cleric. Let's see, we'll go cleric 3 here. Well, this cleric is clearly, 18 wisdom, for heaven's sake. Also level 3. So the clerics are going to be, so you know what, actually this kind of makes sense. So given the adventure that I wrote, and the backstory to it, the setting for it, it kind of makes sense. So 8 to start with because of the con bonus. 4, so another 6 for 14. And a 1 for 3, so 17, which is not bad at all, I have to say. That's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. Oh, no. Just working on the premise that they're all from the same adventuring party, and they have earned 3,000 XP, and of course the bonuses will help anyone who. So let's see here. That was cleric 3, wasn't it? Yeah. Cleric 2. Cleric 2 is a little less beefy. This is from earlier in the night when I was rolling poorly. It's got a constitution negative, so it starts out with 5 hit points. 5 hit points. Plus 1, 6. Plus 1, 7 hit points. Oh, how the constitution throws 1. And rolling a couple of 2s doesn't help either. So yeah, that ain't great. This is not looking like a fabulous cleric. Yeah. Now this is where I thought, no, I see, no. It's just a cleric with issues. It's just a cleric with issues. 3,150. I think I missed doing the 150 on some of the ones that got a 5%, but you know what? We'll live because we're not going to be. It's a one shot, right? So it's like it doesn't matter what level you get to. C4. I've already done C4, haven't I? Yes, I have. Did I save it? That was the question. I don't think I did. There we go. Dwarf 1. Dwarf 1. The sickly are close to goal. That one is. That one is. Okay, Dwarf 1 at a level 2. Starting out with the max 8 plus the 1 bonus for 9. Rolling another dice. A 2 for another 3. So 12. Not huge, but you know what? You can do a lot with 12. Yeah, the 5% bonus. Should have been Elf 1. Could have been Elf 1. We've got a much stronger. I mean, Dwarf 2 is a much stronger. At least the con bonus is much better. Sir not appearing in this game is coming up, I think. Dwarf 2, Dwarf 1 is a better con bonus. More classic dwarf with a bad charisma score. But we'll just leave them there. I need to save Dwarf 1. Did I already save Cleric 1? No, I didn't save Cleric 1 yet. Okay, Cleric 1. Again, 3rd level. It's going to help. Starting again with a max 6, that means 7. Okay. What do we roll? Oh, roll the 6. Roll the 6. That's out of 7. There's 14. And I rolled another 6. I rolled another 6. Okay, so 21 hit points for this cleric. The dice can be kind. The dice can be kind. Okay. The dice can be kind. The dice giveth, the dice taketh away. Name a magic user, Tim. I'll leave that up to the player, but yeah, that sounds good. So this is the one. This is the one where I should have. I didn't change the. It didn't change the modifiers. Okay. I am thinking. What are you thinking about now? One day make any modifier difference. Let's just leave it as it is. So starts out with he's 3rd level. Because thieves level up so fast. Starts out with the 4 plus 1, so he starts out with 5 to start with, and I'll roll 2d4. So another 2, which is with the modifier. No con. Oh no, he doesn't have a con modifier. It says dex modifier. Never mind. 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. That is not a great start in life for a thing. Yeah, what are you thinking about? I love that commercial. It's hilarious. But it's, you know what? It's also not awful. It's not awful. It's not gonna, it's not gonna. Well, 7 is bad. I think he's the weakest so far, isn't he? It was a 9, but I think that's the weakest so far. Thief 1. And here you were asking about the hey, fire safety 1. Here comes the not appearing in this adventure fighter. Ooh. Level 2. So he gets his 8 to start with, and second level's 5. So he's got 13 hit points, which for a thief would be great at second level, but might be actually astonishing at second level for a thief. But for a fighter, less so. I think. Yeah, he is. He is a. I mean, like in literal terms, except for intelligence and wisdom, physically he's sort of a, and in charisma as well, he's sort of a straight average. He's in that 9 to 12 no modifier zone. But boy, in terms of someone who would run into a dungeon, right? Like, but then he's got a wisdom of 5, so he doesn't know that he shouldn't run into a dungeon because he's just that dumb. I happen to have these ones mesmerized because they're so easy. I always know the thief saving throws because how could you not? All right. Well, there we go. We have got all of our characters. Well, not all, but what is that? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 characters rolled up. Should I roll a few more so that the or are people getting pooped? I mean, you don't have to stay. I'm not forcing you to. But should I roll a few more? I'm going to roll a few more so there's more choice. I don't want people to be too limited. Like people to like have. I'll roll up another 6. Okay. Oh, well, that was a good choice. 16 off the top. So he's going to be happy. Intelligence. Will he be smart enough to reel? Oh, look at that. 15. This could be an elf. Thank you, Pedar. I'm hoping that it goes well too. Yes, there's a couple of human fighters, Nordic. One of them is the one I just showed, who doesn't have the most impressive stats in the world, but wisdom 13, not bad. Dex, you know what? 11, nothing to worry about there. Probably move these around. Con, if we get a good con. 13, nothing wrong with that. This looks like an elf to me. It's not so. It's pretty strong elf, but the intelligence with it really is working. We only have one elf so far, I think. Charisma? Oh my. Mr. Charming Elf. Mr. Charm the socks off of people elf. Oh, I guess it's still a +1. Dwarf, yells Bob. Predictably. That is a charismatic elf. That's a charismatic elf. Okay. I'm going elf with it. Sorry, Bob, there. I'm going elf with him, though. Probably because we already have 2. Oh, you know what? I gave that other elf way more spells than I should have. I gotta strip some of those off. I gotta take some of those. Where's my elf? This elf, it's first level. I was in the. He's got protection of evil. Period. Okay. I forgot he's first level because he's an elf. He takes 17,000 years to level up. Um, okay. All right, hit points for the elf. He's first level, so he just gets the standard max dice for first level. So a 7 because he's got a con bonus. Pardon me. Spells for our elf. All right, read magic. Obviously, you have to have that one, or none of the others are going to make any sense to you. And what should we have? 3 is floating disc. Yeah, elves really, they can have the sort of utility spells because they can also fight. I think dwarves can be perfectly charismatic, but this one happens. It's only got one of his only got one of his prime requisites into a 10% range, so it's a 5% for him, and these won't apply. I don't have any of the other beginning saving throws memorized because they don't just start and go up by 1. So there's elf save as E2. E2. Okay. Need a caster to create a permanent floating disc to carry my ballista. I need a mobile artillery platform for reasons. Well, there is a permanence spell at higher levels. You get to a pretty high level. There is a permanent spell that can make any other spell permanent as long as it has some duration. Instantaneous, I don't think you can't make like a fireball permanent, but something that has duration you can make permanent. Okay, new character. I saved that one, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. Well, there's another good roll. 14. Nothing to sneeze at a 14. That's a good strength. Intelligence of 12. Okay, so not another magic user, probably not another elf. Wisdom. Okay, look, I've got enough clerics, people. I'm gonna be moving those around because I've got enough clerics. But I think it's fun to roll 3 6s and to have an 18 for a little while. Dex. Ooh, 15 dex. That's nice. And I think I know where I'm going to put some of that wisdom. I'm going to put it into making another thief. Constitution. A very wise fighter. We have one of no, I guess it turned into a cleric. 14 con. Yes, there we go. That will help a thief. Make a fighter. Oh, I could. I'll let you know what. I'll let y'all vote on it. Charisma. Hey, can't be good at everything. Can't be good at everything. Okay, so here's what I could do. These are the things I could do. I could take this wisdom down to 12, and I could max out dex, and this could be a thief who could shoot a bow and arrow through the eye of a needle. I could take this down to 12 and pop this bad boy up to 17. And he'd be a fighter who was pretty darn strong. So, pretty wise, gruff fighter who nobody likes. Yeah. So here's the thing: am I maxing him? Because I'm taking the wisdom of 18. I mean, because the other thieves I've got, as I recall, where am I finding my thieves? Was not bad, but is not like anyone's idea of a great. Like no one's looking at that and going, "Wow, I really want to play that thief." He's not bad. Wasn't bad. Thief 1's okay. It would be nice to have, okay, thief or fighter. Thief or fighter. That's the choice out there. I'll let you weigh in. And while you do that, I'm going to. Well, I just discovered, or rediscovered, I had bought a while ago a box of chocolates. And I stuck them in. I do this all the time. If there's a little gap, there's a real. How can you see it on camera? Because I can't. Because the way my camera. If there's a little gap, and I have something that'll fit, I'll slide something in there. And I did that. These, and then forgot about them. And I just saw them tonight. I was looking for a book, and I looked in this little section on my desk here. So far, I've only got a vote for a thief. A jester with a wisdom of 6. No. I take him down 6 down to 12. Not 2 6. That would be funny. 18 charisma. Well, here you go. Take it. Come on, take it. You don't want it. All right. I'm gonna do it. 12. Oh, you're okay. You're thief. You're a jester rather. There we go. This is super thief. He's a super thief. Super thief. He's super thieving. Meow. He's a very freaky rogue. The kind you don't take home to mother. All right. As a thief, what are we doing here? Automatic first level max dice is 4 plus the 1. He's at a 5. So 5, and another roll, he gets a 3 plus 1 is another 4, so 9. And a 2 plus 1 for 3 more. He has 12 hitty pointies. There we go. And one thing I always do, Pedar, is I've always given thieves the ability to find secret doors, simply because in my first game, the guys rolled up characters, and I had a cleric, a fighter, and a thief. No elf. And it's so hard for anyone else to find. I mean, they can find secret doors, but it's I just didn't want them walking past secret doors all the time. So I just said that thieves, and it made sense to me too. Their whole thing is infiltration and spying and stuff. And yeah. Life choices. All right. And I had one guy when I started the game recently at the local game store. He rolled up a thief, and he saw on the ability chart that Beckme thieves can climb at a ridiculously high percentage. The one thing that they can do super well is climb. So he used that all the time. He was always climbing up the wall and trying to drop down on top of enemies and things like that. So he took the toolbox that Beckme gave him and really worked with it. So it can be fun. An 18, he's definitely getting a 10 bonus. It's either I had a 5 bonus listed and I hadn't. Beefed him. Okay. He doesn't have any spells. He's a thief. I won't do the whole thief skills thing yet. I'm not going to get into that tonight. All right. Don't save it. Save as, or you'll. Okay, Nordic. This is T3. Yeah, the T3. T2, and that was the dangerous one. Made out of a liquid metal that could assume any shape. Okay. More characters. Make more characters, yes, sir. Ooh, 14. Yeah, leave the strength where it is. And 15 for intelligence. Oh, wow. 15 for wisdom. I should be putting some plus ones in here. Dex. 11, 14 Dex. This is a good, very, very well balanced character. Like nothing is leaping out that it must be this class or that class, but it's a pretty well balanced character. Yes, yes, yeah. I like that too, Peter. I saw that episode. Yeah, the thing about the characters that have really bad stats, if you're giving everyone a choice, then they're choosing it. If you think this is your character, this is who you play, that's not great. But if you've given them the choice, they can say, you know what, I want it. That sounds like a challenge. I'll try that. Ooh, 14 for Con. Look at this. Now, we've gotten an 8. We've gotten an 18. Can we get a 3 tonight? Can I roll 4 ones? Close. Well, not close, really. 9. No penalties on this one. No huge spikes in anything, but all above average, all with pretty good bonuses here. What do you think? I could swap some stuff around too. Like, do we want another fighter? Do we want? I know that Bob wants another dwarf. Yeah, I've never had a campaign with X cards. I've never played in anything like that. I think partly I don't CleriCon accepted. I don't do a lot of playing in conventions. I haven't had a lot of strife at the table. I've been a couple of arguments over playing style, mostly a sort of grognard playing with someone who has been brought up on 5e, and it's just so different, right? And the 5e guy just doesn't. It's like you can't blame him. He doesn't get the system. So what should this be here? Again, we've got 3 thieves, 2 magic users, 1 halfling, 2 fighters, 2 elves, 2 dwarfs, 4 clerics. It is too weak to be dwarf, but what I could do, Bob, is I could take, wisdom down 4 and bring strength up 2. I can move some stuff around. If he gets to 16, he's got a +2. That's pretty good. mean, as he could be a moderately good anything, right? I mean, it's high enough. He could do any of the human classes perfectly well. He could be pretty much anything. It's just, do we want to beef him a little bit? I mean, I could also take the intelligence or the wisdom down a couple, beef up the dex, and make him a halfling. We've only got one halfling. Yeah, the other two fighters are kind of meh. If I took, I mean, this is a good all-rounder for a fighter. Yes, it's better. It's going to be set in the Honeywood campaign. And this time, I don't want to spoil it, but this time it's going to intersect a little. It's going to intersect more directly. The last game it took place in the same world. The last year's con, it took place in the same world as the Honeywood campaign, and it did include events that were related to the Honeywood, the primary campaigns. But this one is going to be far closer to what has been, and that's why I'm struggling to get the last game session edited. I've got it recorded. I've got to get the thing edited and released. I'd like it to be released before CleriCon. Yeah, let's make him a fighter. Gonna take his intelligence down by 4, which just makes him average, which is fine. So I can take a strength up by 2. So I can give him a bonus of 2. Hello, John Stewart Keller. How are you doing? I hear you, Pedar. That's a common theme lately in the world. Fighter. So again, he'll start out max dice for a first level, meaning he gets 9. And oh, he rolls a 1. Dude, uncool. Uncool, dude. I happen to know these by heart, so. Oh well. Dude tried. He tried. So that's F3, and it is. It's other than those hit points. I mean, he was going so well until that 1. Okay, do more here. A couple more. We got a 10. No, I'm sorry, I missed that. 11. 11 at strength. And we have that's good. That's a 16 intelligence. He's smart. Good night there, off grid. I did add the con bonus, TJ. I did, because he got his max 8 plus the 1 is 9, because he has a 1. This is still his constitution, doesn't he? He has a 9. Then he rolled a 1 plus a con bonus of 2, so he gets 11. Okay, so the 16 intelligence is pretty good. Might be another magic user. Yeah, he's got a 9 wisdom. That's not going to hurt him. It's not going to hold him back in life. You know, that's PCs are exploring the haunted ruins of Greyhawk, left over from Guac, searching for the chalice of St. Cuthbert. Awesome. 7, so 12 for Dex, so that's not going to help or hinder. Okay, magic users would be good to have a nice con so that if they do get hit, and they probably will with no armor. Oh, hey, there we go. 13. That won't be a bad thing. That's not going to hurt him. It's going to help him. And is he a charismatic, or is he the stereotypical grumpy wizard? You know what? He's pretty charming. 2 6s and a 2. So there he is, and I think that's a magic user pretty clearly. Pretty clearly a magic user. Means these don't apply. Usable user. Okay, so he starts out with his top 4, his con bonus of 5, and he rolls a 4. He's got 10. He has almost as many hit points as the fighter. A tactician sort. Could do. We've got like 3 fighters and 2 magic users. So I'm just going to give the magic usery types a little more choice. I can already tell you now he's got a 9 armor class because he didn't get any bonuses from anything. And spells. We get to pick spells. Read magic naturally. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on. And is that 4? I don't know that off the top of my head. Hold portal. That is a very useful one. That doesn't get chosen often enough. And shield. Nice defensive spell. 7 on second level is levitate. Yeah, that's a pretty good choice. Okay. MU. Moo. I have an M and an MU. 2 MUs. Okay. Oop. I cocked dice. 10 for strength. 10 for intelligence. Oh, 14 for wisdom. No more clerics. I have clerics. 11. You can levitate the dwarf up to actually hit something. Oh, burn. Con. Oh, con. 14 for con. I know, Petter, it is, but like 4 clerics is just too much. Too much for any. It's a small parish. We can't handle any more clerics. So 13 for charisma. That is a one charismatic, whatever this guy is. All right. Sadly, wisdom's the only thing he's got that's really in any of the, the classic 4 prime requisites. Is the only thing that stands out. I could take, I suppose, cleric 4 and make him a fighter. What do you think? Or a dwarf, because Bob's not the only one who likes playing dwarfs. Although I don't know if I've ever seen that wise a dwarf. I suppose they must be out there. Because I could make this a sort of wimpy cleric. Although who would play them with that other cleric available? That guy. But I could take this cleric, make him a pumped halfling. Power to the dwarf. Oh, I don't know. Make Bob happy, dwarf. Well, Petter could be a sort of St. Francis sort who, I spend enough time in the church to know the number of priests who start out, quite devoted and end up basically wandering into the woods. Hello, mage. I am. Say hello to John for us, and hello to you too. I mean, this guy is this is the Cadillac of characters right here. People are going to be knocking each other over to get to this one. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Is a lot of people want to play dwarfs, and yeah, has to be a beardless dwarf. Isn't that just a halfling with platform shoes on? Okay, I'll make him a dwarf. A very wise dwarf. It's not getting that, though. Well, he might naturally. Who are you calling fat? So, again, max at first, so 11. And then rolling again. 4 for another 7, so 18 hit points. A halfling with any shoes on. That is true. That is true. Okay. I hope you're happy. That's a ridiculously good character. That is a ridiculously good character. I mean, just obscenely good. I gotta change that name here. D3, isn't it? D3, yeah, because I have 2 other dwarfs. The reality is the gameplay, the role play and the dice probably have more input than the stat block does. Does Touchberry have any siblings? If so, is one of them named Handleberry? Hardy. Touchberry is that came out of the player's manual. That's a player's manual name. Okay, I'll do one more. I think I'm running out of steam. Dwarven cleric. Yeah, there's no such beast in Beck Me by the books. I don't know if there's gazetteer things that have added. I never got into the gazetteers. 14 again on strength. 14 has been a very common roll. Oh, 16 intelligence. Cool. 7 wisdom. Not a cleric. Oh well. 8. 8 dexterity. Um, 15 con. I haven't been adjusting these as I've gone. I just did I just roll a 15 Constitution? Did I? Want to talk about? You want to talk about out of it? I think I did. Did I? Did I just roll that 15 Constitution? Charisma. I'll roll that in here. This is the charisma. Good. Okay. Thank you. I thought I had. But okay. Decent strength, good intelligence. Wisdom and dex in the toilet. Not the toilet. That's not the worst you can get. Good night, Bob. You have yourself a good sleep, and yeah, I'll see you in 2 days. Well, no, today's Thursday already, so I guess I'll see you in a day and a half. A clumsy elf. Yeah, it could be an elf. Did I do a second elf already? Yeah, I've got 2 elves. I can do a third elf, I suppose. So to be clear, we've got my name. We've got 3 clerics because I took one away. 3 fighters, 3 dwarves, 2 elves, only 1 halfling. It's a halfling. I'm gonna make this a smart halfling. Yeah, I'm gonna make it a smart halfling. We've only got 1 halfling. We've got 3 of pretty well everything else. Well, not elf. Elf. We've got 2 elves. We only have 1 halfling, so this is gonna be a halfling. It's gotta be. Doesn't have to be. It could be a campaign with no halflings, but that's not what I'm doing. Okay. Halfling gets 6 for hit dice, plus the 1, because the con bonus, so that's 7 to start with, plus rolling a 3, so 4, so 11 total to start out with. Okay, and I'll save that. And this does not have. Here's a 5. Should I? I mean, the intelligence, nice to have a clever intelligence. That's what I was thinking. You know what? Good point. I may not have. But I was thinking of bringing that up anyway, kind of no matter what character I made, because yep, you can't have a sub 9. So 15, still a smart halfling, but a halfling who's not going to trip over his big hairy feet. This actually looks a bit like Touchberry, given the wisdom score and the prevalence of throwing fire everywhere. Yeah. I did. Did I only take 1 off? I meant to take 2. I am tired. I will see you Friday, Bob. Oh, I caught your drift anyway. I knew what you were saying. I'm thinking in the way you were speaking. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Dex to 9, intelligence to 14. So he's again still smart. just not absurdly smart. You have a good night. You have a good night, and thank you very much. All right. So I'm going to call it a night myself after I save this as H2. Oh, let's see what I did there. All right. All right. That's probably enough. It's probably enough. Character rolling for one night. Well, thanks all for joining in and hanging out tonight. And I will see some of you on Friday or Saturday, and the rest of you I might see online. I am going to be. I do want to. No, I do want to do some live stuff from the floor of con, and so I'm going to record some videos, which will require some editing. You'll see, but yeah. So I'll see you around. Happy dreams to you all. Have a good day tomorrow.